Welcome back to another Anime Rambles. Today we're going to be talking about the tonal issues in both Fire Force and Ultramarine Magmell. Now, these are shows that have come out in the past. Ultramarine Magmell is, I believe, now a Netflix original, if it's still on there. And Fire Force, second season aired a couple seasons ago, and it had its first season a long time ago. I don't remember exactly the date. And I feel like I wanted to talk about what was wrong with these two. But first, I have some background music. It's just some classical music. Let me know if you like it down in the comments. If you know another background music that I can acquire easily, send me a link down below if you want to hear that in the background. Anywho, we're going to just be jumping right into it. What is tone? That's the first thing we need to establish while talking about tonal issues, obviously. In tone in a show is kind of the underlying how do I put it? Tone and mood are very similar. There can be dark tones, serious tones, lighthearted tones. So in your typical comedy anime, let's say the Disastrous Life of Psyche K, it has a pretty nonsensical comedic tone throughout the entire show. Nothing takes like a serious tone. In Death Note, it's a constant serious tone. It's a battle of the wits where the side who messes up will die. And that ultra serious tone is carried throughout the entire thing. Even scenes that have comedic aspects, such as a potato chip scene, is carried with the utmost serious tone. It's why it makes that scene so funny, like out of context. In context, it seems very serious, which makes it do really well. So why does Fire Force and Magmell have tonal issues? Well, we'll go through them series by series and talk about what each one fails at when it comes to tone. Because most of the time, in good shows, you don't even notice the tone. It's something that is so underlying, you shouldn't have to notice it. But when it's done wrong, it's egregiously noticeable. It is blinding how noticeable it becomes. Most series pick a tone and stick with it. Now, how does mistakes with the tone happen? Well, if an author makes a series and they want it to be something that it's not, that can make the tone different. Such as if someone's writing a series and then they want to have that beach episode, so they make it lighthearted, and it just feels different. But most of the time, when it's a one-off episode or like a one-off 5-minute period, like the calm before the storm, having that tonal abrupt change is brilliant. But these are two instances that I don't think it was well executed. Fire Force. Now, Fire Force is a show made by the creator of Soul Eater, and he does similar tonal things in both series. But in one, it's kind of weird that he makes the same decisions. Let me explain. Fire Force is a series where the main premise comes around human spontaneous combustion. People just burst into flames and then become fire demons. Your loved ones, anyone around you. It's horrifying. Imagine if anyone around you could drop dead at the drop of a hat and then come to kill you. That is traumatic. That is horrible. So horrible. Now, Soul Eater has a different take on this. It revolves around the Kishin's madness. And we're just talking about the shows right now. We're not comparing the mangas. We're only talking about how the anime presents itself. Okay. Now that that's established, the Kishin's madness affects people and makes them go crazy. Now, crazy can be funny, because it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to go insane and attack people. It can just mean that you're not all there, and it can have some funny moments, such as when Maka gives over to madness to fight Krona. It was serious, but it had that funny aspect. It's something you can joke about. Joking about people's loved ones spontaneously combusting in Fire Force, especially with that serious tone and music and atmosphere that it sets up in almost every scene, where Fervor hammers down how terrible this is for everyone, It's really weird for it to start making jokes in like the middle of serious scenes with no music change. It just feels jarring how much it pulls back from everything. It feels like it just takes you out of the experience. Now, I can like understand the main character's smile thing and how like his muscles in his mouth just when he's like uncomfortable just smile. Like that seems okay. Like dude with the hero what the hell am I trying to say? Hero not prophecy. What the condition? No. Boolean anyway, complex. The dude with the hero complex, I can understand him as well because he is just a product of this world. He was broken and now he just is grasping at straws to try to fix what's wrong with this world, what's broken. Because these are all broken down characters. Characters that have been beaten by the world and they're trying to stand up against the injustice of people just dying and trying to do what little they can to appease such a messed up world that they live in. It is amazingly world built to make this serious show. And then some characters just come out of nowhere with jokes and like there's no music change, there's no change in atmosphere. It just tells the jokes and the delivery is often dry at best. And it doesn't fit with the rest of the show. I can't take these wacky characters because it's not a wacky world. It is a deadly serious world. It would be weird as hell if Light Yagami was just like, haha, what if Kiro was me? Lol, JK. It'd be like, what the hell is he doing? It's not even funny. Such a cool premise, but its tone just jarringly shaking. I just can't get behind it. It made me drop this series. It just doesn't hold my attention because it takes me out of the world that it's trying to craft. Like every time someone's fucking tits get popped out because, oh, that's just something that happens in this world apparently. It's just, it doesn't fit the aspect of any moment someone might die and lose her loved ones and then get attacked by them. It's just such a weird choice to put into this world. Anyway, next show we're going to be talking about tonal issues is Ultramarine Magmell. Now, this one is a lot more egregious than the previous one. So, again, this is a Netflix anime, which are usually either amazing or terrible. This falls on the latter end. Ultramarine Magmell is a show. If I had to describe it to someone who's never seen it before, I would basically describe it as if Hunter x Hunter's Dark Continent had a guide, and this is that guide. A place filled with overwhelming horrors. If people were drawn into the abyss and made an abyss. Like, it's a terrible place. A new continent arises, and it is horrible. Everything on there is horrible. People get drawn there, and they just die. Just constant death. And it is gruesome. And it shows the true horrors of this place and what it takes to actually survive there and be someone who can show people there. And it is never for the faint of heart. And first episode is just like, there's nothing we can do for him. He's already dead. And it's like, whoa, we're jumping right into this. And then the next episode is like a scene out of Lucky Star or Nichijou. It is fucking jarring to go from episode to episode. Because one episode, they're showing you the grim reality of what death truly is. And then in the next episode, they're running around the town because someone misplaced their order and they can't seem to figure out who got it. It doesn't fit with the world that they're creating. It feels like they wanted to make two different shows. It's just so jarring to like watch it, because you can't show me the grim reality of what death really is and then jump into a slice of life comedy in the next episode. It's just weird. It's so weird. How can you think like writing like this is okay? Like, come on. If I was writing a book, what's a great example? It's like in Code Geass. If like right as he killed the Emperor, in the next episode, he was just with his buddies at Pizza Hut. Like, what? It wouldn't make any sense for like the tone of a world that they're setting up. And like, especially in the world that they're building, he lives like on the port town right to this death continent, and everyone's just living their lives like it's fucking normal. It's a death continent where the most everything horrible lives there. Like, imagine if you were Austria just trying to live your normal life and everyone's happy, and then Germany is on the other side throwing people in camps and gunning people down. You would not be acting normal. There would be a tension in the air. And especially knowing that this is the town people go into to go into this death continent where most don't end up alive. There should be a constant gloom over this town, a constant tension where people watch these new people walking in and knowing they will never see them ever again. It's weird. It's so jarring. The tone is just broken. Because you can't have this ultra serious tone and then just break it an episode later. Breaking it within the episode can work. A great example of this is One Punch Man, when Genos was fighting the Mosquito Girl. That was serious for Genos, but because of who Saitama is, like what kind of character he is, this situation means nothing to him. So he can immediately end the situation with not that serious repercussions for himself, and it just further characterizes who Saitama is. So that tone is broken for a specific reason that builds the story forward. If anything, these slice of life episodes don't show you the tone, it just subtracts from the story you're trying to present. Same thing in Fire Force. I would rather it be serious all the way through, with just maybe certain slice of life aspects when they get back into the station to show like them grasping at some straws of normality. But instead, like right in the middle of everything, like dumb shit happens. It's not the time to be presenting things in this way. When it's crunch time, it's crunch time. Let me think of a good example. In Gurren Lagann, when they're fighting the anti-spirals in that final fight, no one's cracking jokes because it's crunch time. This is what everyone's relying on. It's life or death for everyone. Not just Simone, not just his friends, not just for Earth, but for every spiral race in the universe. All of them. This is the most important time for you to be at your 100% focused. You can't be letting your bra fall off. You can't be cracking jokes. You can have some lighthearted banter to boost morale. But that's it. It's crunch time. It's time to go. Don't believe in the Kamina who believes in you. Believe in the Simone who believes in yourself. It's time to go. And Fire Force and Magmell both mess up on these points. They don't do their tone well. There's ways to like break tone in order to emphasize points or to further characterize different characters in your show. But the way that they use their tonal breaks is broken and doesn't fit with the rest of the narratives. Anyway, leave me your thoughts in the comments below. I read the comments. I don't respond to every single one, but I definitely read them all. Well, we'll see how big this channel gets. Knowing the subject matter is probably only gonna get 3 views, but whatever. If you made it this far, recommend me some background music, or tell me who your favorite character in Fire Force is, or why you like it or dislike it. I'm pretty sure not as many people have seen Magmell, but if you have, tell me why you like that or dislike that. Anywho, leave a like on the video if you liked it, I guess, and subscribe if you want more content like this. I've been Bottled Anime, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.